More 2-year degrees, more 6-week degrees, more certificates than we could ever imagine. Every time I meet somebody in Atlanta, the first thing they tell me is, I say, "How you doing? My name is Rory Edwards." They say, "My name is Dr. So-and-so." I say, "Dr. So-and-so? Well, where'd you get your degree? Because I want to buy mine at the same place." But where'd you get your degree from? But everybody wants to be Dr. somebody. But then I look at the overall picture, and we are at the highest level of illiteracy since the Reconstruction era.
That's right.
Our children in Detroit, Michigan are failing at dropping out of school at 80%. And nobody's talking about it. Everybody says, well, because the car dealerships has left. No, the car dealerships haven't left. It's just the mere fact that we are not taking the stance for our children to be successful. America says, well, it's only at 50% for our children to fail. 50% is way too many. If I was to come in here and say 50% of these people get shot, I guarantee you if I said, well, 50% are going to raise their hand and get shot, it would be a problem then, wouldn't it? It sure would be a problem, but 50% of our children across the board, those numbers are fudged, are dropping out of school. They are not being marketable global marketing tools. So what happens is that what we allow is we allow the institutions to be created, the penal institutions, and they go on what's called modern day 21st century slavery. And nobody's making any noise about that. People also are telling me about the education is now this new civil rights movement. But what they do is they allow our children to replace reading, writing, and literacy with profanity 101, sexual anatomy exploration 101, and substation parole stations 101. Now you can walk into any school in America and you hear the common language is profanity. Now I've never been able to walk into a school and say to a teacher, "F you, kiss this, eat that." And those are common languages, and people keep walking by each particular person and they act like it's nothing. You can't, oh, that's just common language now. But if I go to fill out an application and I put on there, well, I want this job because I'm the N-word, I'm a down Negro, you will be without a job, correct? And we allow that to happen. I mean, everybody in this room is responsible. You're not too old to make a change, and you're not too young to apply change. So we need to understand what we need to do that. But let me explain to you what assimilation, just in personal experience, and Sister Pauline is going to understand what I'm talking about right now. Prior to when I first sort of became president of the NAACP, and sorry, I want to recognize Brother Ronnie too back there, the new president, well, current president. I know he's been in the game for a minute. When I first became president of the NAACP, we had forums going around the city to address issues about what was going on in the schools. And then one time what happened was we decided that we were going to apply a C rule for all the students in the school. You couldn't get out of school or you couldn't graduate if you were a C student. But let me explain to you what happened. My biggest proponents were people who look just like us in this room. The assimilation of them being to acquire a job in the school system, or them to acquire a job as coaching, or anything like that that was affiliated with the school system, gave them the inroad to go against me as saying that our children need to have a C to at least graduate high school. And I looked at it from the mere fact that a C is only saying that you're average. And see, I'm a scholar also of the hip hop, and Jay-Z has some lyrics in his song that talks about look around and see what ordinary gets you, right? He said, I'm an extraordinary whatever. I'm an extraordinary Negro. So when you walk around and you allow your children to only be average, all you can expect from them ever to be is average. If you don't tell them every day that they're extraordinary, that they're extraordinary, then how do you expect them to go off to school and be